Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Abhishek Mahajan, coming up in the next 30 minutes. PM Modi to embark on a two-nation visit to UK, Maldives, beginning Wednesday. Plethora of meetings with various stakeholders on cards during the 4-day tour. More air power for the Indian Army as first batch of Apache helicopters equipped with powerful armament and advanced capabilities gets delivered. Death toll in Dhaka aircraft crash rises to 31, 165 under treatment, several critical. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will pay an official visit to the United Kingdom from 23rd to 24th July at the invitation of UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. In a press conference by Ministry of External Affairs, Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri said that during his visit, PM will hold wide-ranging discussions with British PM Starmer on the India-UK bilateral relations.
The Prime Minister will be embarking on an official visit to the United Kingdom tomorrow, the 23rd of July, for discussions during the visit with the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. And during the visit, he will also call on His Majesty King Charles III. There is also during the visit, interaction that is planned with business leaders both from India and the United Kingdom. This will be Prime Minister's fourth visit to the United Kingdom since assuming office. He has visited previously in 2015 and 2018, and he was there in 2021 for the COP26 summit in Glasgow.
On India-UK trade relations, Foreign Secretary highlighted that UK is the sixth largest investor in India with cumulative investment of $36 billion. Additionally, India's foreign direct investment in the UK is close to $20 billion.
Recently opened a campus in Gurugram just last week, actually, and this is the first foreign university to open a campus in India under the new education policy. Just for your information, there are several other UK universities, apart from universities in other countries, several other UK universities that are also considering opening campuses in India under the same policy. The UK is also the sixth largest investor in India with a cumulative investment of $36 billion. And interestingly, India itself is a large source of foreign direct investment in the UK with a cumulative investment of close to $20 billion. There are close to 1,000 Indian companies in the UK that provide employment to nearly 100,000 people.
And in the second leg of his visit, PM Modi will visit Maldives from July 25th to 26th. Speaking on India-Maldives trade, the Foreign Secretary said that India is one of the largest trading partners of Maldives with $500 million in bilateral trade. India
is one of the largest trading partners of the Maldives. Bilateral trade is nearly $500 million. And India continues to be, Indian investors remain part of sectors such as tourism in the Maldives and other economic activities. On the economic front, one recent development which I would like to share with you is that both countries are in discussions to negotiate a free trade agreement and an investment treaty as well. And new areas of cooperation, including renewable energy, fisheries, etc., are also being worked on.
And in a big boost to India's battlefield supremacy, the Indian Army inducted the first batch of 3 AH-64E Apache attack helicopters, marking a historic leap in the firepower of the Army Aviation Corps.
The arrival of 3 advanced Apache Guardians, out of a total of 6 ordered, marks the beginning of a new era of precision strike capabilities and tactical dominance for the Indian Army. Some of the features of Apache A64E are that it is twin-engine attack helicopter equipped with 30 chain gun, has AGM-114 Hellfire missiles, Hydra 70 rockets, and air-to-air Stinger missiles. These Apaches will be deployed primarily along the western border, significantly boosting India's offensive and defensive posture against cross-border threats. Integrated into the Army's modernization push, the helicopters will operate alongside HAL's Rudra and Dhruv platforms, giving the Army Aviation Corps a formidable triad of mobility, firepower, and adaptability. The induction of Apaches comes days after high-level defense talks between Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and US Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. On July 1st, the two leaders reaffirmed India's right to deter cross-border terror threats and reviewed progress on major US defense deals, including the Apache program. The Apache AH-64E, also called the Guardian, is not just an attack helicopter. It's an airborne command post, a hunter-killer system, and a deterrent all rolled into one. Its radar system allows it to track 128 targets at once, prioritize threats, and strike with pinpoint accuracy, even in zero visibility, making it a flying tank hunter and a guardian angel for Indian ground forces. With the arrival of these combat birds, India sends a clear message. Its guardians of the skies are ready, capable, and watching. The Army Aviation Corps is evolving, and the Apache is leading the charge. Akshay Dongre's report for DD India.
And in a move to ensure safety, Air India on Tuesday has finished inspections of the fuel control switch locking mechanism on all its Boeing 787 and Boeing 737 aircraft. The directive came on July 14 from India's aviation regulator, Directorate General of Civil Aviation. Boeing 737 aircraft are operated by its low-cost subsidiary Air India Express. The airline had already begun voluntary checks on July 12, even before the order, and completed all inspections within the DGCA's timeline. No issues were detected in the locking mechanisms during the inspections. In a statement, Air India reaffirmed its commitment to the safety of passengers and crew and confirmed that the findings have been shared with the regulator. With this, both Air India and Air India Express are now fully compliant with the DGCA directive. Now, British Navy's F-35 fighter jet finally took off from Thiruvananthapuram International Airport on Tuesday after remaining grounded at the airport for over a month following a fault in hydraulic system. The fighter jet had made an emergency landing at the airport on June 14. The fighter jet was out on a routine sortie when it developed a snag and could not land on the ship. The plane reached the Thiruvananthapuram airport, which was designated as the emergency recovery airfield, and requested emergency landing permission. The Indian Air Force provided all required support and assisted in the process, including refueling. UK government has expressed gratitude for the continued support and collaboration of Indian authorities. Now, updates on Bangladesh plane crash. Death toll into the Milestone School and College campus in Dhaka has risen to 31 on Tuesday, while the number of injured was 165. The Inter-Services Public Relations Directorate disclosed this in a press release today. The F-7BGI aircraft of Bangladesh Air Force took off for a training flight and crashed shortly after into Milestone School and College campus on Monday afternoon. Amid a day of state mourning in Bangladesh, country's flag was at half-mast. Special prayers held at all places of worship.
Among those admitted to this hospital, several are in intensive care unit and a few are on ventilators, while some are not. Even among those in the high dependency unit, the conditions of some patients are critical. So, we are going through a very difficult time as a nation. We ask everyone to keep us in their prayers.
A trilateral meeting between Iran, Russia and China will take place today to discuss Tehran's nuclear program and the United Nations snapback mechanism. The snapback is a rule within the 2015 nuclear deal that allows participating countries to trigger a UN Security Council process that could automatically reimpose broad sanctions on the Islamic Republic if it's deemed to be violating the agreement. The meeting will take place in Tehran at the level of Foreign Ministry Director Generals. Britain, France and Germany have warned they would use the mechanism which would reimpose international sanctions on Iran if there was no progress on nuke talks by August. Iran's Deputy Foreign Ministry said there were currently no plans to resume nuclear talks with the United States, with whom Tehran held 5 rounds of indirect negotiations prior to Israel's strikes on Iran last month. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Ismail Baghai will hold nuclear talks with the E3 and EU diplomats on Friday in Istanbul. He added that Tehran would also seek answers because the countries did not condemn the Israeli and US strikes. Iranian Foreign Minister Prasar Bharati said that Iran has no plans to abandon its nuclear program, including uranium enrichment, despite severe damage to its facilities after US strikes last month. He stressed that any future nuclear deal would have to contain the right to enrichment. Regarding negotiations with the United States to de-escalate regional tension, Bharati said Iran is open to talks but not direct for the time being.
It is now stopped because, yes, damages are serious and severe, but obviously we cannot give up our enrichment because it is an achievement of our own scientists, and now more than that, it is a question of national pride. If they are coming for a win-win solution, I am ready to engage with them. I mean that we are ready to do any confidence-building measure needed to prove that Iran's nuclear program is peaceful and would remain peaceful forever, and Iran would never go for nuclear weapons. And in return, we expect them to lift their sanctions. This is a win-win game, and we are ready to engage in that.
Commitments which lifted sanctions on Iran in return for restrictions on its nuclear program.
The European parties have been at fault both due to negligence and failure to fulfill their obligations under the JCPOA.
In a latest update in Ukraine-Russia conflict, Russia and Ukraine will hold new peace talks on Wednesday as a follow-up to 2 rounds in Istanbul that made little progress on ending their conflict, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced. Zelensky said in his daily address on Monday that he had discussed with Rustem Umerov the preparation for a prisoner exchange and another meeting with the Russian side in Turkey. Earlier, Ukraine and Russia have held 2 rounds of talks in Istanbul that led to the exchange of thousands of prisoners of war and the remains of dead soldiers.
I discussed with Rustem Umerov the preparation for a prisoner exchange and another meeting with the Russian side in Turkey. Umerov reported that the meeting is planned for Wednesday. More details will follow tomorrow.
Завтра буде більше деталей.
Meanwhile, Kremlin said on Tuesday that there was no basis to expect miracles from a proposed 3rd round of direct Russian-Ukrainian peace talks. Kremlin has declined to give any time frame for a potential agreement to end the war. He said that the issue of the Ukrainian settlement is very complicated.
There is no reason to expect any breakthroughs in the category of miracles. It is hardly possible in the current situation. We intend to pursue our interests, we intend to ensure our interests and fulfill the task we set for ourselves from the very beginning.
Now, more than 60 German companies, including Siemens and Deutsche Bank, launched the Made in Germany joint initiative on Monday, pledging to invest €631 billion in the country over the next 3 years. The announcement came after a meeting with German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. Emily Leshner, who is with DW, now joins us for more from Berlin. Emily, good to have you. What details do you have of this meeting?
Chancellor Merz met with executives from more than 30 of Germany's top companies. Their collective goal was to revitalize the economy, which has been in recession for the last 2 years and was in stagnation the year before that. Germany's infrastructure is crumbling. This comes after more than a decade of austerity measures, and fixing it, investing in its future, is a key focus for Merz. That's why he gathered with executives from these top companies, including executives from more than a dozen companies that are listed on the DAX, that's Germany's main stock index, to discuss what would be needed over the next few years. These are companies like Siemens and Deutsche Bank, and they have united under what they're calling the Made in Germany initiative. The name, of course, is a nod to Germany's reputation as a manufacturing powerhouse, a reputation that over the past number of years has fizzled as a production it was once famous for has either moved abroad or been seriously crippled by rising labor and energy costs. And this alliance is pledging, as you mentioned, 631 billion euros in Germany over the next 3 years.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for getting us the latest on that story. Still to come on this edition of DD India Live. Home Ministry notifies resignation of Jagdeep Dhankar as Vice President of India. We'll get you the latest on weather across the world.
Jharkhand will mesmerize you with majestic nature, rich heritage and colorful culture.
Hello. Johar. It fits perfectly.
Thank you.
Full workout ho gaya.
Ready?
Postcards from Jharkhand on National Geographic.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. The two-day Global Industrial Relations Summit began in New Delhi on Tuesday with the theme Shaping the Future of Work, Leveraging Industrial Relations for Growth and Sustainability. The summit, being held for the third time, is being jointly organized by FICCI and All India Organization of Employers with support from the International Labour Organization or ILO between July 22nd and 23rd. The event brings together global voices from government, industry, workers' organizations, academia and international institutions. Union Minister of Labour and Employment, Youth Affairs and Sport, Dr. Monsoon, while addressing the inaugural session, emphasized the importance of strong collaboration between industry and their respective associations. He also underscored the role of federations in bringing stakeholders together to assess industry-specific manpower needs, skill requirements and labour-related issues.
जब फेडरेशन इकट्ठा होता है तब जाके इंडस्ट्रीज में किस टाइप का मैन पावर की रिक्वायरमेंट है, किस टाइप की स्किल की रिक्वायरमेंट है, लेबर सेंट्रिक इश्यू क्या है, कैसे हम एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेट करें, कैसे हम रिक्वायरमेंट के अनुसार मैन पावर निर्माण करें, क्या उसके लिए सरकार की सपोर्ट की आवश्यकता है, क्या हमारे किस टाइप के वर्कफोर्स की आवश्यकता है, कौन डिस्कस करेगा. दिस इज प्लेटफॉर्म.
The monsoon session of Parliament on Tuesday faced disruptions as opposition protested the voter rule revision in Bihar. Both houses were adjourned for the day amid protest by the opposition members who raised slogans and waved placards on various issues. Meanwhile, Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju slammed the opposition for what he called double standards.
सदन को इस तरीके से डिस्टर्ब करना ये तो बहुत आपत्तिजनक है जी. और वो चर्चा मांग रहे हैं, हम चर्चा के लिए तैयार हैं, फिर ये सदन चलने नहीं देते हैं. ये डबल स्टैंडर्ड बिल्कुल गलत बात है. चर्चा चाहते हैं तो ये हंगामा मत करो. सरकार ने बार-बार कहा है कि हम चर्चा करना चाहते हैं, फिर ये हंगामा क्यों कर रहे हैं? कौन जिम्मेदार लेगा? देश का करोड़ों टैक्स मनी को आप लोग हंगामा करके बर्बाद कर रहे हैं.
The Rajya Sabha on Tuesday was informed about the matter of the resignation of Jagdeep Dhankar as Vice President of India. Presiding officer Ghanshyam Tiwari informed the House that the Ministry of Home Affairs has conveyed the resignation of Vice President of India Jagdeep Dhankar under Article 67A of the Constitution with immediate effect. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has wished Jagdeep Dhankar good health. In a post on X, the Prime Minister said that Jagdeep Dhankar has got many opportunities to serve the country in various capacities, including as the Vice President of India. Earlier on Monday, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar resigned citing health reasons. In a letter written to President Draupadi Murmu, Dhankar said that to prioritize healthcare and abide by medical advice, he has resigned as the Vice President of India effective immediately. On 22nd July 1947, the Constituent Assembly of India adopted the tricolour in its present form as a national flag just weeks before the country's independence. As the nation marks National Flag Adoption Day, let's revisit the moment that gave India its most cherished identity, the tricolour.
22nd July 1947, a landmark day in India's journey to freedom. In a solemn session of Constituent Assembly in New Delhi, India adopted the Tiranga, a tricolour flag with deep symbolism and a bold identity. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Annie Besant and Bal Gangadhar Tilak played crucial roles in conceptualizing the idea of the flag that would embody the ideals of a free and united India. The saffron at the top stands for courage and sacrifice. The white in the middle represents peace and truth. With the Ashoka Chakra, the wheel of law, at its heart, the green at the bottom reflects faith, fertility and prosperity. The Ashoka Chakra with its 24 spokes was inspired by the lion capital of Emperor Ashoka and signifies constant motion, justice and righteousness. When the flag was officially adopted on 22nd July 1947, it became more than a symbol. It became a living legacy of India's freedom movement, representing equality, diversity and resilience. Today, the Tiranga flies proudly atop every institution, in every home and in every heart of every Indian. Since the amendment to the flag code in 2002, every citizen can hoist the national flag with honor and dignity. As we celebrate National Flag Adoption Day, we honor the visionaries who gave India its identity and the values this flag represents: freedom, democracy and unity in diversity. The tricolour continues to inspire generations, a symbol of pride, peace and progress. Kriti Vadhera's report for DD India.
All right, weather-related updates now. In India, the northern state of Uttarakhand is facing incessant rains affecting daily life in Dehradun city. India Met Department has issued an orange alert for the region on Tuesday, and a yellow alert has been declared for Nainital, Bageshwar and Pithoragarh as heavy rain and thunderstorms are expected in these areas. Continuous rains have led to incidents of landslides and debris falling at many places. As of now, 93 roads are still blocked in the region, causing difficulties in movement for the people. Keeping in mind the safety, the administration has declared a day off for all government, non-government schools from class 1 to 12 in Tehri district. In national capital, rain lashed parts of Delhi on Tuesday, with the Met Department predicting light to moderate rain to continue till Wednesday. The temperatures will remain between 36 to 23 degrees Celsius till July 28 with cloudy skies. And in Vietnam, Typhoon Vifa made landfall along the coastal region this morning. Many areas in the Red River Delta, northern coastal provinces are experiencing heavy to very heavy rainfall. After making landfall in Hung Yen and Ninh Ben provinces, Vifa is forecast to weaken to a low pressure event on Tuesday night. Airlines have also cancelled and rescheduled dozens of flights, and some airport, port and train services have been suspended. While in Thailand, heavy rainfall with strong winds and dangerous sea conditions are expected due to the influence of a strong southwest monsoon and the impending landfall of severe tropical storm Vifa. Typhoon Vifa is likely to trigger isolated heavy to very heavy rainfall in north, northeast, central and eastern regions of the country. And in Philippines, torrential rains have triggered floods in the region, resulting in need to waist-deep water. People staying around the rivers and waterways were evacuated overnight in capital Manila. Thousands of families have been given shelter in nearby centers. And Brad Pitt's Fight Club told us that life ends 1 minute at a time. But how about Scream Club, where life rejoices every time you scream all at once? Meet Scream Club Chicago, the city's most unexpected therapy session, founded by life coach Manny Hernandez. Every Sunday at North Avenue Beach, people gather to scream away their stress. What began as a personal release has gone into a supportive ritual where deep breaths lead to deeper healing. No judgment, just joy. Sometimes letting it out is what brings it all back in. Well, that's all we have in this edition of DD India Live. But do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. From all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.